Hey everyone, I'm Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life, and today I'm going to show you how I organize my planner supplies. I fully realize I have a ton of stuff, and this is definitely not all of it, but I'm going to do my best to try to explain what I do, and hopefully that will give you some ideas if this is something that you're struggling with. This video was actually requested by one of my very best friends in the whole world, and I thought it was a really fun idea, and so here we are. We're going to talk about all my planner supplies. This is probably what I use the most often. This is a caddy. It came from Erin Condren. You can see it has the mid-century circles on the side. I love this thing. I have this sitting on the side of my desk, and this holds all the things that I use most often. So I know it's kind of hard to see with it full, but this tray actually has these dividers in it. Some of them are removable and some of them are not. Like I think this one is not removable, but this one is. I do have this one taken out, as you can probably see, because I've got my notepads in here and some sticky notes. But we're actually going to start over on this side. These are my most used pens. These are the ones I reach for almost every day. And then right next to it, these are my second most used pens. And then, as I'm sure you can guess, these ones are my third most used pens. And I would actually say that 90% of what's in here is highlighters. I use highlighters a ton. And I actually don't use a whole lot of variation in the pens that I use. Really, it mostly is just the Energel and the Write-Tech pens. Some of my other favorites, though, are these ones from Erin Condren. They're like a dual tip felt tip pen on one side and a highlighter on the other side. And so I have a bunch of those. That's also what this pack is right here. Over here on this corner too, these are just some more specialty ones that I just like to keep separate. So this is a pack of gel pens. And then these are all my wet erase markers from Erin Condren. In the pen category, I also have this little box back here. This is actually a gum container, but it fits these little tips perfectly. Hold on, let me grab it. I mostly use these for work, and so I had to go grab them out of my backpack. But these are like the barrel of the pen, so all of these tips unscrew from there, and then you can kind of just create your own pen with each of these. And so these are just the extra tips that go with these pens. So I keep these here, and they just fit perfectly in this box. And then the last compartment on this side is where I keep some washi tape. I most definitely have more washi tape than this. I like to rotate this out just with some that I'm using in the current moment, usually with whatever season it is. So like right now I have some fall ones, and then of course just some of my favorites are in there too. And then this back corner just has like my random stuff. So I have my corner punch, some whiteout, and a glue runner, which I love these things. And then this one is like a little washi tape thing from Erin Condren, and then I just have some extra post-it notes in the bottom. Right here in this section too, I also have my little splice tool, which is handy to have. And then this larger section back here, of course, is holding my post-it notes and some other sticky notepads. There's this little thing of bookmarks in here, my habit tracker sticky notes, and then this pack of pens. I also have a gift card in here that I use for ripping washi tape. The one thing I am struggling with is that I tend to lose like all the little ones. These need to move. All the little ones tend to just fall back here. I actually put them in the back behind this gift card on purpose because I kept not being able to get the bigger ones back in because just all the little ones were blocking it. But I would like an easier way to organize this, so I might need to rethink how this is. I've been trying to figure it out. I'm thinking about somehow switching some of the other stuff back here and then putting that divider back in this section, and so then I would just have a section for sticky notes, something like that. I'm not really sure, because I still need the wider section for things like this pack of pens. And anyway, it's a work in progress, but this is how it currently stands, and I definitely use this all the time. It doesn't usually move from its regular spot, but I love that it can, and I have done it before. If I need to move somewhere else, it does have a handle up at the top, and I can just carry it, and I have all my basic stuff with me. The next thing I want to talk about are my sticker books. In this particular system, most of these sticker books are my Happy Planner ones. I actually have 3 of these plastic containers. They came from Dollar Tree, and I believe they still have them. They may be different colors, but if you are looking for some sort of box that you can put the Happy Planner sticker books in, these are the perfect size. And although I use them to hold more than just the Happy Planner stickers, that is the majority of what I keep in here. And then some of the other things I just have in the front, there's some other sticker books. This is all my Planner Kate sampler pages. I have some little ones and then some rolls down here at the bottom. But these containers just make it really easy to keep them organized because they're standing straight up, so they don't take up a whole lot of room. I wrote the names of the sticker books on the older ones that don't have it. Most of my sticker books are the older ones. I've purchased very few new ones. Now Happy Planner will actually print it on the top spine, which I think is awesome. But for all the older ones, which really is like 99% of what I have, I just wrote it on and it's been perfect. And there's no real system to how they're organized. I just throw them in whichever bin they fit in at the time. And so that is how I keep all of my Happy Planner stickers organized. This is another part of like my supply organization that's working really well for me. And it's these 3 plastic baskets. These are from Hobby Lobby. I have them all sitting on a shelf that's just barely tall enough for them to fit in with the height of the pens right here. But it's actually quite perfect how well it fits, and they're easy to get to. And I know exactly what's in them, which also makes it just really easy to find what I'm looking for. So this first one in the middle is a little bit random. I have a couple cups here with some pens in them. All of my pen gems are in this one, as well as some of my other favorite pens. All of my extra Energel pens are in here. And then it's mostly a lot of like my pretty pens. So these ones from Erin Condren. I have that gold ruler that they came out with a few years ago. I think this one's also from Erin Condren. This is a pen that my dad gave me many years ago that I love. So this is more of like my special pens right here. In this one, I have some things like the Papermate Flares, some Sharpies. These are the G2 pens. Just some other random things that I don't access frequently, but I do need them sometimes. But they are easy to get to when I do need them. Okay, so over here in the back, this is like a rolling sticky note. Like the whole thing is sticky on the back, and then you can just rip off pieces. That's from Erin Condren, so I have that back there. I have some little binder clips down here in the bottom. These are some like sticky notes. These are mostly like the transparent ones. So I have this one that's from Erin Condren that's just like circles. Then these ones are all from Cloth and Paper. And then these are some, let's see if I can get them. These transparent ones are from Erin Condren, and they like to fall apart. So those all just sit back here. I have a box of staples, and this is my A5 hole punch. And if you can see this little box right here, this is my X-Acto knife blades, like my extra refills. On this little edge right here, I just have some paper clips. There's some more of those like transparent page flags. I think these ones came from Daiso. I have some regular paper clips here. These are like my washi cards, but I kind of just use them for decoration. I don't put any washi on them really. And then at the very edge, these are like my fancy paper clips from Hobby Lobby that I just love. So that's all my little random eclectic stuff that's in this container. This one over here is all just washi tape. Well, except for a few little like sticky note things that are over on this edge. But pretty much it's just a bin of washi tape. So this is what I usually will pick from when I'm looking to refill my other container. And in case you think this is actually all the washi tape I own, that would be incorrect, because I have quite a few of these plastic bead boxes too that actually fit washi tape really well. This is one of 2 Christmas ones, just because they were on top. Since we are getting close to Christmas, I wanted them to be easier to access. A lot of the ones in here are more specialty ones. So I have this one from Shine Paper Studio. These ones are actually like transparent, which are really cool. I have a bunch of my Erin Condren ones in here, and Simply Gilded. And then this one is from Cultivate What Matters. And then there's things like this tube that just doesn't really fit anywhere else, but it's just like plain colored strips. So all of that just kind of sits in here, and I can just dig through it whenever I'm looking for something. And then the little things I have over on this side, they're mostly just like page flags and some sticky notes. I have this little sticky notepad from Passionate Penny Pincher, and then these are from Erin Condren a couple years ago, I think. So I just keep those tucked in there too. And you can see kind of at the bottom, I actually have some more Post-it notes down there. They're just kind of buried under everything else. So it's just like backup storage for my sticky notes. And then the last one that I have is mostly pens. So most of my mild liners are in my purple caddy, but this is just a set of 15. There's a couple missing right now because I was using them the other day and just haven't put them back yet, but I do have the full set. Here are my Moxie markers. I have a pack of Pilot G2 pens. There's some wet erase markers on this side. Right here, all of my Erin Condren dual tip markers. I really love their plastic cases, and so I just like to keep them in the cases. I have a couple extras that I picked up at the store individually, and so those are in here too. And then down here, this is the pack of the white wet erase markers. So I have one in my caddy, and then the extras are just here. And then these are also wet erase markers. And then here's the box with the rest of my Write-Tech pens that are not currently like being used. I also have a little bow paper clip. There's another paper clip down there too. And then this little set that came from Erin Condren a few years ago. I think it was in a seasonal surprise box. So I have that just in case that there's anything in there I want to access. I don't get into it frequently, but at least I know where all of that stuff is in case I do want it. Okay, this is kind of big and barely fits on the camera, but this is where I keep all of my extra like Erin Condren stuff. So I have some planny packs in here, my accordion pouch that I'm not using at the moment, some of my on-the-go folios. Oh, I also have these click art pens. And then there's a bunch of other pens from Erin Condren that I'm just not currently using. I do reach for them occasionally, but they're just not part of my regular like planning, and so I just keep them here in this box. I have this little, what are they called, like expandable pouch, something like that. And just some other like little things I've gotten from Erin Condren over the years. So there's some notepads, another planny pack, and then elastics, sticky notes, dashboards, pockets. All my little mini bookmarks are in here. So this is just kind of like my random Erin Condren accessories bin. Oh, and because you probably can't tell what this is, it's one of those plastic drawers. Comes in like a stack of 3. I know you've seen them. They have them at like Walmart. Anyway, but yeah, it's just like a drawer that you can just pull out. And so I have them in this. I also have another one of these drawers that has all of my extra petite planners in it. And that also has some more of the on-the-go folios and some more planny packs, I think. This is actually something I just recently started doing, and this is all of my 2024 planners. So I have this box. This also came from Hobby Lobby, just like those purple ones I showed you earlier. Because I wanted these planners easy to get to, but I also needed them to have their own dedicated space, I had this box that was not being used well, and so I just took everything out of that, relocated it to places where it worked better, and then this became my box for holding my planners for next year. And I actually really love this. I think it's been working really well. The last part of my planner supplies organization is actually on the top of my desk. And since I can't really show that to you like in this area where I'm filming, I'll just take a picture of it and put it up on the screen so you can see. Basically, I have some Erin Condren acrylic desk accessories. There are a couple bookends and then this pen holder. And this is just where I keep some of the other pens that I like to get to. I have a ruler in here and my scissors. I have my pliers for when I am uncoiling and recoiling planners. Within the bookends, like in the middle of them, I have the planners that I like to access frequently, but not daily. I mean, sometimes I'll put the daily ones in there too, but most of the time I actually have those open and I'm using them. And so they often don't make it into like any sort of organization spot. But some of the planners that I just don't access as frequently, they go up here and then I can get to them when I do need them, but they are put away and neat when I'm not using them. And then as you can see on the side, I actually have all of my Erin Condren sticker books, or at least most of them. I do have a couple that I keep with my Happy Planner sticker books in those plastic baskets that I showed you a minute ago. But the majority of them are here, as well as some others that are just a similar size, like my Power Sheet sticker books and my Passionate Penny Pincher ones. And just having that on my desk just makes them all really easy to access, but they're still neat and organized, so I'm loving that system too. But I think that's about it. All my old planners and planners that I'm not using very much, as well as like extra notebooks and journals, things like that, that I'm just not using yet. They go in storage boxes and so I can get to them, but because I'm not accessing them very often, they don't need to be like on display or anything that easy to get to. But I hope that this video was helpful for you and gave you some ideas in case you are struggling with organizing your planner supplies too. I know most of us tend to accumulate a lot of stuff, and so it seems just like an ongoing process to find places to keep what we need and then get rid of what we're not using. But thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.